This is a super special upload because it's a top 8. Reason being is I actually have never seen anyone post a loss of them. Everyone posts first or second places. So here's me getting literally bottom 8. Because I think there's a lot to learn from this. Because this game as well, I get 4 triples. 4 triples into 4 5-drops and I still get last. So let's analyze this and see where it all went wrong. So you guys don't make the same mistakes. We do hit a triple or a pair, I should say, on Zephrys. Which I do end up going for because you can just Chief curve it. We found a droplet and it's not a horrible triple. I'm not a big fan of tier 1 triples. Also the one in shop was bait. We don't take a second taunt triple. That seems pretty bad. Now here's the second triple without having to hero power. We can just buy these elementals and get the triple naturally. Or we can hero power the main body and get 2 triples. So this was my idea. I tripled both the dragons and I triple the droplet and the elementals for 2 hero powers. Now I'm still on full HP against a Galliwick, so I feel like I can go for 5s here, right? I can just level, freeze the shop, and then take a bunch of 5s. Another line we could consider is just taking a 4-drop here, maybe even 2 4-drops, and just going for 2 triples, or taking a 4, freezing again, and then or buying, and then next turn we can hero power, sell, and we get 2 more triples into 2 4s or 5s if I would want to. Anyway, we're gonna take it here because this guy did stay down and didn't level with us, and from here it's gonna go downhill. So we're still relatively healthy. We're gonna take somewhat of a hit here, but we have some triples lined up, so we could stabilize relatively easily. And that's what I'm gonna try and do here. We can't really go for 6s as much as I'd like to, because of, well, our health and because our hero power is actually kind of slow. So first triple is either Hogger or Master Realities. Now I went for Hogger because I know I have 2 guaranteed triples coming up, and if we just need to hit a second Hogger and we're fine, right? Like if I hit a second Hogger, I am pretty much not infinite yet, but every pirate is free, so I can easily transition into APM pirates. Now Master Realities on tier 4 is good because again you can hit Molten Rock, Party Elementals, you can hit Major Domo still, and we're able to beat his patches. He was rather weak, so maybe somewhat stabilized. Now I'm gonna go for the double triple, just take 2 5-drops and hope that one of them is maybe a Hogger or some other good stuff. Now we got second Master Realities and then the 2 others are trash again. So we're taking Master. We could go for Tempest just for the tempo and the, you know, the gold, the value. But I still want to give myself as many outs as possible. And there's a Sally in the shop. So if I rolled first instead of hero power first, I could have actually just rolled the triple instead of have to hero power for it. So that was a like a small mistake. I wasted a hero power essentially, unless that's the same elemental that we sold. This triple again was trash. It was either like Lightfang, Spore, or Zephyr. I went for Zephyr. It's just a poison. It's better than Spore. And Lightfang, this is kind of a shitty Lightfang board. I bought a captain because, well, I had 3 gold left. And there's another captain in the shop, so that's another triple. So we could freeze this, which is what we do to try and hit another 5. So this board has 3 triples, 3 5-drops, and it still looks like trash, like we have no direction. We're facing someone who has Egg, Khadgar, Kangors, and already completely obliterates us. So we're gonna take more damage here, and we're gonna be, well, rather scared of our health. Now we're at 13. We could die, although most of the time we should still survive a hit. I'm gonna go for this Captain Triple, see what's in the box, and hope that it is something that's gonna help us, preferably maybe second Hogger. But no, we got Mackerel, which is pretty bad. We got the Razorgore here, which we have 1 dragon on the board, and Baron, so all of this just sucks. I go for Baron, trying to pivot into Scam Comp, trying to find some Murlocs on the board, give them poison with the Sephin, and Baron because maybe I can fit Selfless, and with Selfless I can just shield my entire board. So that was my out, because I have nothing else going. My out was trying to go poison Divine Shield Comp and maybe get a top 4 out of that. If enough people, I'll lose to it. I don't play around small poison guys if not too many people go max, but quickly I'll learn that a lot of people in this lobby are going max. The Master Realities comes out, it's never gonna scale up. I can't really do a full pivot into it anymore, it's too late. Instead I'm just gonna full commit. I value the taunt still because I don't want my stuff getting sniped, so I'll just play more Murlocs on the board and pray that they get poisoned. Now playing all of these Murlocs might be wrong because they can never all get poisoned. Maybe playing 1 or 2 Murlocs is correct here. So maybe that should have been the play here, since I did make myself a bit weaker for no reason. And this guy has a Golden Domo, massive Deflector. Yeah, we don't really stand a chance. All that matters is if we die here or not, because if we live, we could technically stabilize. And well, our Zephrys hit the only card almost that's gonna get us killed. If I killed the one of the middle cards, they were fine here. Anyway, this was a very swift top 8 with a bunch of 5-drop triples. So let's look at where it went wrong so you guys won't make the same mistakes. First of all, Zephrys is rather slow. He's not... I used to like him a lot as a hero, but right now in this meta it's just so slow. You rather just take heroes that can generate money and value, like Galliwix, Hook Dusk, Gendis. I mean, all the stupid stuff, right? Also, tier 1 triples on Zephrys are often bait because you can do much better with your hero power. Now, this time, I don't think it was because we could Jeeve curve it nicely. We had a token. And we even had double triple from the Salamental, so I think those are fine. But generally speaking, you don't just take any tier 1 triple. It seems a waste of hero power, and well, you're also going to be pretty weak on the board. What else was wrong was that I'm so greedy for 5-drops. I've mentioned this in a lot of videos that 5-drops suck, and this is living proof. 5-drops suck. None of these had synergy together. They were all completely different, and they have no tempo. They have nothing. Tier 4 is so much better. There's so many avenge cards that can give you more cards, money, tempo triples, anything really, even stats with Dazzling Light spawn. So I should have gone for a forest this game, or 6s, but that was probably not doable as Zephrys. The second thing is that I maybe shouldn't have gone for the double triple with Salamental. I could have just taken 2 triples in 1 turn as well. So I could have just taken 2 4-drops super early on, I think on turn 5, instead of go for 1 5-drop on turn 6 and then 2 more 5-drops on turn 7. Just pop off in 1 turn. And then skip a hero power, and then I have 2 hero powers left. Now, if we look at the first triple, I took Hogger over Master Realities, which I think is fine, because I just needed a second Hogger and we can pivot really cleanly. But Master Realities is definitely not negligible. Negligible, it's a funny word to say. Because Master Realities on tier 4 is great. Again, Party Elemental, Molten Rock, Major Domo, it's all so good, so accessible, that it should scale up a lot easier than Hogger, because if we never found Peggy or Salted Luther, we're also completely screwed. Secondly, I rolled first before I hero powered with the Salamental, and I might have missed a triple. Maybe it was the Salamental I put back into the pool, but maybe I should have rolled first. Then the other triple, I took Zephrys. Maybe Light Fang was okay, because Light Fang could provide us a little bit of stats. We could move into a little bit of Menagerie, and then just be strong on the board and sell it eventually while I was setting up some stuff. But I still think Zephrys was fine. It's just a poison, potentially 2 poisons, so I find more Murlocs, and we could put like transition into it, which was essentially what I ended up doing because I found nothing. And yeah, Spore is just the worst Zephrys, honestly. So that was completely fine. Now the Captain triple was probably bait, I'm gonna say it. There's no reason to freeze there. Buy a Captain or hero power. I waste 6 gold total. 1 gold for freezing because you waste a roll or a shop that you see. Then 2 gold for buying the pirate because I do have the Hogger on board. And 3 gold from hero power. All of that for a golden 6/6, which is garbage. That is going to discover me garbage most of the time. There's no instant 5 that is going to spike me there. On 6 there are multiple spikes like Eliza and Buster. All those things instantly make you a lot stronger. There was no 5 that was gonna do that for me. A second Hogger would have been nice, but it wouldn't be the end of the game yet, and I would have probably still died. So that triple, probably bait, shouldn't have frozen for it. Last but not least, the final triple, I should have maybe taken or considered Mackerel a lot more, because there is a deflectable in the shop. Instead I took Baron, again trying to pivot into Scam and finding Selfless, or maybe an Egg just for tempo. But Mackerel already had okay value if I took the Deflecto, and then I had another out. Then I could maybe find a respot, find reset, stuff like that. Even though we didn't have a lot more of money left, it was better than the gameplay that I went for. So overall, there were a lot of decisions, a lot of lines I could have taken different. I should not have gone for 4s, maybe shouldn't have taken all those 1-drop triples, or just maybe like 1 or 2. Should have taken them earlier, should have considered the other options that I got from my triples. I was playing too greedy. Everything combined led to this disaster of a game, so don't make these mistakes. I hope you enjoyed this different kind of video at top 8. It was definitely weird to post this. Don't laugh at it. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.